to the World Cup, and in particular, Argentina advancing to the World Cup final. They crushed Croatia yesterday, 3-0 in the semifinals. Lionel Messi collected another goal, collected another assist. He's got 5 goals, 3 assists for the tournament. He's the leader for the Golden Boot award. Kylian Mbappe, that was right on his heels. He's got 5 goals and 2 assists. But regardless, and France plays today against Morocco. Morocco, I highlighted them in my Malkin's Moments on Monday. An incredible story, becoming the first African country to reach the semifinals of the World Cup. But today is about Lionel Messi and Argentina. And I just can't express how thrilled I personally am for that man individually. Argentina looks unstoppable right now. Their ball movement, their passing, there's this wavelength shared between everyone. That's just different. They're executing in the attacking third. Messi is receiving help. That's always been the biggest knock on Argentina, is there's been this cumbersome load and this cumbersome responsibility on the shoulders of Messi, which he's embraced, but never had the full support of his teammates, in my opinion, to help elevate the entire group to reach stages in this tournament where he could finally receive the recognition that he deserves. Argentina fans, you talk to any Argentina fan, they love Messi, and as much as he's revered, there's something about Diego Maradona that rings a little truer to them, because he led them back in 1986 to a World Cup, one of 2 World Cups won by Argentina. The first was when they were the host country in 1978, and the second was in 1986 with Diego Maradona, who, of course, is a legendary soccer player. But Messi, I've said this before, he is the greatest soccer player that I personally have ever watched with my own 2 eyes. I saw him in Barcelona multiple times. The way that he operates in space, his touches, the pace that he can move with the soccer ball and still maintain the control is next to none. It's second to none. The way he just spun around from his defender, tiptoeing the touch line, keeping it in play, flicking it back, just peeking up at the last minute to flick it back to Julian Alvarez, who I'll mention in a moment. I just can't say enough about Messi. And again, this guy has received a shrapnel of criticism over the last 2 decades because of his inability to win a World Cup at Argentina, despite the fact that he has won the Ballon d'Or award 6 times. He's been a multi-FIFA and UEFA player of the league, player of the year, player of the tournament, accolades galore. And yet, what happens? 2014, they lose to Germany in the World Cup final, 1-0. Then last year, they got bounced in the round of 16 by Germany. And yet, they win the Copa America in 2020. So 2 years ago, they win the Copa America. They defeat Brazil. And now they're playing for a World Cup final. And I just could not be more ecstatic for Lionel Messi. Again, he is, in my opinion, the greatest player to have played the game that at least I've seen. Pele fans have an argument. Ronaldo, not necessarily Cristiano Ronaldo, but the original Brazilian Ronaldo, has an argument. I mean, Thierry Henry was a special player for France. There are a lot of different lists. Diego Maradona, sensational. Ronaldinho was tremendous. There are many players that individuals love, and I do think that Kylian Mbappe is becoming another one of these all-time greats. But right now, Messi's also just super likable. You can't help but want to kind of swoon to Messi just because he's such a likable individual. He plays with such an unselfishness, and he's always trusted his teammates. And now, finally, this year, he's getting help. Julian Alvarez is 22 years old. He's a baby attacker, but boy, he might need to be given the moniker the baby-faced assassin like Steph Curry because of his performance in the World Cup. He's got 4 goals this World Cup. He scored 2. He had a brace in the semifinal against Croatia, including one that was just a solo run where he barreled through 3 individual Croatian defenders and scored a goal to pretty much put the game out of reach. Otamendi has been with Messi for a long time as one of the defensive backs. Fernandez in the middle. Di Maria is coming off the bench. He didn't even really see the field yesterday. And he's always been associated with Messi, the two of them. So they just have so much chemistry there. There's this synergy between them, but it's all sparked by Messi. And finally, it seems like everything's coalescing for him at the right time. And it finally seems like perhaps this might be that special World Cup, that special individual tournament for him where everything comes together. And obviously, we'll see what happens today between France and Morocco to see who he plays. But for the time being, major props to Argentina, major props to Lionel Messi. Congrats on reaching the World Cup final. Cannot wait to watch that game on Sunday. It's going to be a great one. Going to be a great one.